Hello everyone, welcome to Sujitra's online reading channel. Today we are going to see Jarasand's victory and further on Bhima on a mission. When Krishna, Balaram with their army were going to Dwarka after the magnificent victory, Krishna saw Jarasandh and his army approaching them. Balarama, who was very tired by then, said to Krishna, "Brother, I have had enough of fighting. Let's flee to the Dwaraka." Krishna agreed and they began to flee. Seeing this, Jarasandh shouted, "Look, the heroes of Yadav clan are running away. Shame on them. But this time I will not leave them at any cost." Saying so, he and his army began to chase them. Miles after miles, Krishna and Balarama ran with Jarasandh and his huge army behind them. Just then the two brothers saw Mount Pravarshan and climbed it. When Jarasandh saw his quarry escaping, he got furious. He ordered his army, "Set the mountain on fire at once. Burn the Yadav brothers alive." The soldiers obeyed their king, and soon the flames enveloped the mountain, clouding the enemy's vision. Finding the right opportunity, Krishna said to Balaram, "This is the chance. Let's escape from here." The two brothers took a mighty leap from the mountain top and reached the ground far away from the army surrounding the base of the mountain. Jarasandh and his men could not notice this. As the flames of the fire blazed high, Jarasandh thought that Krishna and Balaram were burned to ashes. He rejoiced as he had been successful in avenging the death of his son-in-law and the one who had humiliated him many a time. This one victory had made Jarasandh more proud and conceited. He thought that he was the most powerful person on the earth. Later on, when Jarasandh came to know that Krishna and Balaram were alive, he remained unaffected. He smiled and said loudly, "This does not matter. The whole world knows how I defeated the two brothers and drove them out of Mathura. I am the most powerful of all the kings on earth. I shall capture all the kings who owe allegiance to the Yadavas. Ask the army to get ready." The over-ambitious Jarasandh created a havoc. He raised a war against all the kings who were on the side of the Yadavas. He defeated them all and imprisoned them. Meanwhile, the Pandavas had just acquired the kingdom of Indraprastha. One day, Yudhishthira, the eldest Pandava, consulted his ministers and the royal sages about Rajasuya Yajna. All advised him to perform the yajna as soon as possible and become the lord of the earth. At this, Yudhishthira became thoughtful. It is the privilege of an emperor to perform the Rajasuya Yajna, but for that the defeat of Jarasandh is a must. I should better seek the advice of Krishna. When Yudhishthira asked for Krishna's opinion, he said, "To perform the Rajasuya Yajna, you need to defeat Jarasandh and release all the kings imprisoned by him." Receiving the consent of Yudhishthira, Krishna, Arjuna, and Bhima set out for Magad in disguise of Brahmins. Soon they reached the court of Jarasandh. Krishna, with folded hands, said to Jarasandh, "O king, we have come from far afar. Please grant our request." Jarasandh became a little suspicious. Their stature signifies that they are not Brahmins but warriors. They have come in disguise out of fear. Let me see what they want from me. "O Brahmins, do not worry. Ask for anything you want. You will get what you request for." "If this is so," Bhima said, "King, grant one of us a combat with you." Jarasandh laughed out loudly and taunted, "Combat against Brahmins? I am not so foolish. Go to your home. Then Krishna spoke up. We are not Brahmins, but Krishna, Bhima, and Arjuna. I think you are well aware of our strength and skills. Jarasandh agreed for a combat. Okay, I agree, but at any cost, I will not have a fight against Krishna. He is a coward. Arjuna's body seems very sensitive. I think Bhima is perfect to have a combat with me. He alone is my equal. Jarasandh threw a huge mace towards Bhima and took another for himself. They both headed for the arena. Soon there was a fierce fighting between the two. They hurled their maces at each other with their full might. At one time, the blows were so strong that the maces of Bhima and Jarasandh broke down to pieces. Then the two started fighting with their fists. The blows produced sound like thunderclaps. The fight between the two continued for 27 days. They were so well matched that neither succumbed to their other's blows. On the 28th day, as Krishna, Bhima, and Arjuna were going towards the arena, Krishna thought, Bhima has achieved enough fame by combating with Jarasandh for 27 days. It's the time I should help Bhima in winning the combat against Jarasandh. That's all for today. Tomorrow I will come up with the next episode. Until then, see you all. Bye bye. This is Sujitra. Do like, share, and subscribe my channel because every day I will be uploading a new episode for you all. Thank you.